Hi, my name's Sue, and here's a couple of minutes of what it means for me following Jesus. I started my journey following Jesus in my mid-teens, and it was not an awareness of sin or need or even a desire for the truth that interested me, but I heard Jesus' offer of life in all its fullness spoken, and I thought that was for me. I wanted life in all its fullness. The understanding of my sin and my need began to follow, and also the understanding that there is no point in Christianity if it is not truth has followed as well. I guess my life as a follower is like most people's, more ups and downs than straight lines. There have been periods when following Jesus meant just going through the motions and doing the right things, and these have been interspersed by times of really leaning on him, learning from him, and, as the Catechism says, enjoying him. These times of growing, I realise, have almost always been in the tougher times of life. I have learned and am learning that what is true in the light is also true in the dark. How would I know that he will hold me fast, as the hymn says, unless my feet were slipping? For the present, following Jesus, a big part of it for us is using what he has given, which is a big house in the middle of Edinburgh. There's a book by Rosaria Butterfield which is called The Gospel Comes with a House Key. I smile and relate to that. We have kind of taken literally Hebrews 13, the verse that says, "Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers." And I think my following Jesus is showing hospitality, a lot of it to strangers. I'm still waiting for a revelation of the second half of that verse, which says, "For in doing so, some have entertained angels unaware." And of course, it's not always easy. I'm an introvert, for goodness sake. I prefer solitude. But more and more, I know that following Jesus is not for my benefit, my comfort, or about my preferences. It's more so that I grow more like him and are prepared for my place in heaven. Hopefully some corners are being chipped off. Hopefully I'm being polished up a bit until Jesus might just one day see his reflection in me. And actually, it's a great joy and a privilege. Following Jesus for me also means trying hard but letting go, that difficult balance. We were challenged in home groups recently to consider a change that we'd made in our life and stuck to. Well, I honestly cannot think of a single time in the last 50 years of following Jesus when I have decided to make an improvement and seen it through, stuck it through. And yet I can look back and see that God has changed me imperceptibly, very gradually, subtly. It's truly faith and not works. As far as the future goes, sorry, I nearly dropped my laptop. My head knows I have no fears for the future. My heart sometimes battles that. But following Jesus means that instead of worrying, I can step back and know that whatever happens, he is Lord. He is on the throne as he always has been. I must just keep lifting my eyes away from the storm and up to him. I love getting older. I know that every day brings me nearer home. I know there's a place prepared for me, and at that point, I trust that I'll not be so much following Jesus as walking alongside him.